Hello, this is Geometry, Notes 12.5, Volumes of Pyramids and Cones by Mrs. Moslick. Go ahead and do the warm-up. ACT number 41. Pause the video when you are done, put your pencil down, and pick up your red pen. The answer is C. Who got that? Raise your hand. Oh, good. Most of you guys got that right. Excellent. So I don't have to go through it real quickly. Just a reminder that ratio of the areas is going to be square. So you're going to take that 4/9 and square 4/9. The reason for that is if you actually took this area of the small circle divided by the area of the big circle, you actually get pi r squared divided by pi r squared, getting you 4 squared over 9 squared. Let's try the next one. Okay, go ahead and try the second warm-up. Pause your video, and then when you are done with your problem, put your pencil down, pick up your red pen, and resume the video. And who got D? Raise your hand. Oh, that's awesome, but not all of you. So there are a couple of you guys in this room who didn't get it right. There is always hope. So let's go through it, and maybe you made just a silly mistake, or I'm not sure. But nevertheless, there's always hope. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. So you would like to put the original equation in the form y equals mx plus b, solve for y. Then identify what your slope is. It is -2/3. Therefore, the opposite reciprocal slope is 3/2. Oh, so you figured out where your mistake was? Good job. Okay, let's go on to the notes. Okay, before we start working on volume, just want to dedicate these notes to KUSC.org. Check out this radio station based in Southern California. Soothing, peaceful, uplifting, beautiful music. Listen to it, check it out. Okay, volume. Volume is the amount of space that a shape encloses, measured in cubic units. The shape does not have to be upright. Capital B is the area of the base. I do not like that. I want to use area of the base instead. Capital A sub base. Capital H is the height of the 3D object, just as in all of our other surface area, lateral surface area, and volume problems. It is required to shade the base with your yellow highlighter, and then with your red pen, identify the height. So I've illustrated that on the 5 objects. Just as a reminder, please make sure that you are showing that work. It will help you answer the question correctly and quickly and efficiently. Okay, so example 1, find the volume of the regular pyramid. It is required that you do shade the base, so identify what that base is. After you shade the base, identify what the height is. This is important. Note that it is the height of the 3D object, not the height, the little height of the base. So capital H is this red piece. So what we are going to do in order to find that capital H is we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem using half of 7. So this is going to be 3.5. So let's go ahead and redraw this red triangle. Okay, so we've redrawn the red triangle. We need to find what capital H is. Yes, we need to use the Pythagorean theorem. Go ahead and write it out. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Make sure you remember that c is the hypotenuse. So you have h squared plus 3.5 squared, or 3.5 squared plus h squared, equaling 9 squared, and solve for h. Okay, so our answer for h is about 8.292, but we won't use that in our next part of the problem. We'll use this square root of 68.75. So let's go ahead. Volume of the pyramid is 1/3 times area of the base times height. Now, in class, I will show you a picture and a physical model of a pyramid and a prism with the same heights and same bases, and I can pour 3 pyramids into 1 prism with that same height, same base, and therefore you'll be able to really understand where that 1/3 comes from. So again, after you write down the original equation, I need to see what is that area of the base, and we already highlighted it. That base is a rectangle, or specifically in this case, it's a square. And now we know what the base and height are. The base and height are 7 and 7. And so plug in those numbers. We have 1/3 times 7 times the square root of 68.75. Go ahead and put that in your calculator. Round to the nearest 3 decimal places, since the question does not specify how many decimal places to round. Okay, so our final answer is 135.429 cubic centimeters. Now, not as exact. If you round to 3 decimal places first and then get your answer, that's acceptable in some classes. It won't be acceptable in honors geometry. We want to get you ready for the AP Calculus test. So this is the correct answer for honors geometry, but it may be confusing for some other students, so feel free to refer to your teacher as to what is appropriate. Okay, so example 2, find the volume of the cylinder. Again, first of all, identify what that base is, highlight it with your yellow highlighter, then with your red pen, identify what your height is, and this height is 11.5. So what we're concerned about right now is what is the radius. So to find the radius, you're right. I heard that in the back. So yes, we're going to use trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA. That is right. So let's redraw the red triangle off to the side and figure out what the radius is. Okay, so redrawing the picture, we're going to identify opposite the 18 is your O side, and then opposite the right angle is H, and A, the adjacent, is the other side. So therefore, we're going to be using TOA because we have and need the R side and the H side, which is the 11.5. So that's O and A. So we have tangent of 18 degrees equals the O side over the A side. Go ahead, pause the video, and solve for R. Don't simplify it yet. Pause the video. And your answer should be, after you cross multiply, 11.5 times tangent of 18. If you put that in your calculator, it's about 3.737, but we are not going to use that number. We're going to use the exact answer so we can get a better answer in the end. So let's go ahead and do the next step, which is the final part of the problem using the volume formula. So volume of a pyramid, or it says cylinder. This is of a cone, by the way, so make sure you rewrite the directions. So this is a cone, so the answer for the volume formula is 1/3 area of the base times height. So that base is highlighted. I know it's a circle, so it's pi r squared times height. Now, we're going to plug in the particular numbers. The radius is exactly 11.5 times tangent of 18 degrees, and we'll square that amount. So when you put that in your calculator, remember you're going to put parentheses after the tangent of 18, and then another parentheses to square that. And then times our capital height, and our capital height is 11.5. Go ahead and put all of that in your calculator. Round, it says round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so when I did this, I didn't actually read the directions, which is a bad thing, so I'm glad I did that. A reminder, when you're taking the test or the final exam, please make sure you double check the question. And so here, our final answer to the nearest tenth is 168.1 cubic centimeters. And that concludes our notes on 12.5 volumes of pyramids and cones. In summary, if you are frustrated, go ahead and listen to KUSC.com. It will calm you down, and do some math because it'll help you too. Have a great day. Bye-bye.